here, trying out something new here with a live stream. It's a beautiful day, and I am hoping to get this in landscape here. I had a tripod with me, but I can't quite figure that out. So part of this learning process here with YouTube. And I wanted to talk a little bit today about getting to know your land and getting to like your land, which might sound a little bit confusing, but this afternoon I was having a conversation with a friend of mine who their family, her and a couple of her brothers just bought like 20 acres of land, and they're planning on building like a family camp. They want to start by getting a pavilion. They have a lot of clearing to do with it. And so she was sharing with me just the excitement, kind of same excitement that I feel of like, I just want to get out there and explore that land. That's what I'm doing today. It is like perfect snowshoeing weather. We just got about 12 to 18 inches of snow. So I snowshoed up here this afternoon. And one of the things that I was sharing with her, is you need to see the land in, hey Joe, nice to see you. You need to see the land in different seasons. And so, right now is the winter time, and that has a very different look here than it does in the fall and summer, for example, when you have all the leaves on the trees. And probably if I were to rank in order, the most important season for you to pay attention to is the springtime, because one of the major issues that you can have in any piece of property is understanding water management. So if I were in your situation and you had some land and you were looking at building, whether that's a camp or a house or anything like that, what I would recommend is that you take some time to look at it and observe what's happening during those different seasons, and especially the springtime when it rains. You want to try to get there right after a heavy rain, and you want to observe how is water moving, how is water traveling. If you're going to be building a road or a driveway, any of those type of things, one of the major challenges that you're going to face is understanding how where the water wants to go and what you'll have to do related to that. So that's the first, I think, and most important tip in getting to know your land. I've been coming up to this particular property for about 2 years, and I feel like I'm just starting to get to know it. There's parts of it that we haven't even explored yet at this point. So it gives you kind of a sense, depending on how many acres you have and how much property, you get a feel for what the scope of that is with it. And the second thing that I wanted to share about was how to get to like it, which might seem like a no-brainer, but what I specifically mean in that regard is, how do you get other people to like what it is, to like that land? So like with our kids, what we found was initially they weren't always excited to be able to come up here. One of the first things that we did when we came up here was we planted some fruit trees. So we have apple trees and peach trees. And so I've got these pictures with my son up here, spring a couple years ago, digging in and planting those. And those were fun memories, but sometimes, I would be really excited. I would want to come up, and then they'd be like, I don't want to go there. And so it was like, that can feel a little bit unnerving for you if you have a place where you're wanting to go and you're wanting, other people to enjoy it. So part of what we've done through that process is we've kind of found ways and prioritized things so that not only do I like it, but also that my kids would enjoy it. So a friend of ours gave us a playhouse with a swing set, and that was a huge blessing. And they happen to have a crane company, so they were able to lift the thing wholly up and brought it on a trailer. And so we had a little playhouse and a swing set. But right behind me, one of the things we have here is a tree swing. So my kids would like that. If we came up in the winter time, one of the things that we'll do in the winter time is will make hot chocolate. Last summer, we bought a canvas wall tent. I found this phenomenal deal. I think I got for $400. I got a 16 by 20 canvas wall tent and built a platform for it there. And we would come up and we would camp in the summertime. A lot of times on Friday nights, we'd come up and bring things along that would make it special for the kids. And so over the last couple of years, as we've done that, more and more, this has become a place where they really look forward to it. And now, as we're in that process of planning to build a house, where we have house plans drawn, they'll often ask, like Savannah, our 3-year-old, will say, can you show me my house? And so what she means is sort of where her room is. So we'll look at those things, and then she can, she's excited about that. So in that process there, as you're looking towards it, sometimes what can happen is, I might have a dream, I might have an idea of something, and I could maybe bulldoze my way into that. But if I step back and realize, if you're doing it with a family, with a spouse, with your children, you want it to become a shared dream, not just your dream, because those things will turn into a lot of frustration and a nightmare if you just want everybody else to agree with you about everything and have your same passions and desires. It just doesn't work that way. That's not how people are. And so, each one of our Shelley has a different perspective than I have. There's things that I enjoy, but it's about finding things that she enjoys as well with that, and then finding things that our kids are going to enjoy with it. So as you're looking at that, and maybe you're in that place of considering that might be a family camp that you have. It might just be a piece of property, even like honestly a place where you just go camping or something like that in the summer. I think that type of approach is really smart, because it's going to help to kind of maximize the joy for people. One of the things that I've had to learn is, not everybody else has the same desires and joys that that I do. That find the same things fun. Hey, shocking, not really, but so you have to be intentional about that. And I remember we had a family reunion a few years ago, and my brother Russ, one of the things that he did when we had that time, we were all staying at his house for this particular one, is when we all got there, he sat down with each individual family and just kind of interviewed them of like, what are you wanting to do? What are the things that you're looking forward to? What kind of boundaries do you need to have? What kind of space do you need to have to make this enjoyable? And that was really helpful for everyone, because it gave everybody kind of a chance to sort of set the expectations for what they were looking forward to, what would be really meaningful to them. And as that became clear, it really helped everybody to be able to enjoy that week and not put extra pressure on people for things with that. So I think I can see that just so easily happening, which is why I wanted to share it. Where you have something that you love and you want your kids to love the same thing. Well, part of that is being a little bit flexible, and then sometimes what that means is like setting aside my own particular agenda of like what I might want to do. Maybe I want to cut some wood or things like that, or would like our brush cutter, mow with the brush cutter. I'm always thinking about those type of things that need to get done. But what I'm finding is, sometimes with my kids, I just need to come and push them on the swing, or we need to go for a hike, or play catch, or just those different kinds of things. And as I do that, then what the effect of that is, it ends up making everything else more enjoyable, because when the times are coming where I have a project to work up here, or just coming for fun and to enjoy the outside, then everybody's much more willing to do it. So in the winter time, that looks like often we'll get a hot chocolate at Dunkin' Donuts on our way up here, and they've got something to look forward to because they're young, and that's just a part of the phase of where they're at with it. So I hope that's helpful to you, and let me know if it is, and what rings true to you in there. So I'm trying to, experimenting here with the channel as I'm developing it, trying to understand, the different aspects of production and content, and trying to get a little bit better, make sure that, audio is good, pictures are good, trying to learn about storytelling, and trying to find the things that are going to be helpful to you as you're watching this, so we can kind of learn and grow together. So appreciate you checking on there. I can't quite see who's on. Some of this with YouTube, my understanding is that, like, as your subscriber list grows, then when you live stream, the number of people that you can have on a live stream grows with it as well. They kind of throttle things down initially, and then increase with it. So I think as that starts to increase, what happens is I get some more functionality with the live stream. So if that is my wife, who is the one who is watching right now, Shelly, I will be heading home right after I finish this. All right, have a great day. Enjoy. Let's see if I can give you a little kind of glimpse of the sunset here. Get my head out of the way. Just a beautiful, beautiful afternoon. All right, later.